live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's in the building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Yes, we're back. How you boys doing? Welcome. Good to have everybody back up in here.
Yes, sir.
Time did you roll in last night?
I left around 9:30.
All right. Sorry I didn't stay that long. Rolled in like a hustler. I rolled in like a celebrity. Showed up long enough to have a drink of water and say hello and dap up a few people and collect a few gifts and do a live hit and went home. Next week when my kids are back in Hawaii, I'll have more time for tomfoolery, buffoonery.
Yeah.
But that was a great scene in there last night.
It was.
It was a really cool scene. Shout out to our guys, Mike and Frank Wally, who I've still never met.
I met him. I mean, I didn't meet him. I saw him again last night, and he showed me 2 text messages he sent me, and I don't remember getting them.
Who, Wally?
Yeah. We were talking football.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't even respond. I felt like a jackass. I don't remember.
Always respond.
I do. This was in August.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Of last year?
Yeah. I don't remember getting it.
And the fact that he kept them all these times?
Well, he just typed in my name.
Oh.
And then you pop up and he was like, yeah, you didn't respond. And I was like, fuck
Oopsies.
this guy. That's what he said. Happy birthday to Slackers, man.
Happy
Great
13th,
scene last night.
Very cool scene.
I got to MC a little bit. It was fun.
I got to tell you, man, and look, hey, going way back, and you've heard this story before, but going way, way back, I used to think that like Rudy was wasting his time
Yeah.
on the ticket. I thought, man, you ought to be a rich, famous DJ. Like spending the 1s and 2s on that box in Houston or K104 up in Dallas. On a hip hop station in a big market, spinning records and then doing DJ gigs on weekends because you have the pipes, but you also have the talent. And last night, hearing Rudy rock the mic up on top of the bar, up on the second deck, on down to the floor where we all were sitting was kind of cool. It was cool to see you do that.
Fun times, man. Fun times with the fellas out at Slackers. So congrats to them.
Yeah, congrats. Happy 13th birthday, Slackers.
I got we got some vendors locked down last night for July 11th.
Okay.
For part 4 of the Rudy J birthday bash out at Slackadoches, the house that Rudy built.
Outstanding. Wow. Okay. So it's a done
July,
deal?
Yeah.
Okay. What
July
day of the
11th,
week is this?
It's a Friday.
Oh, perfect.
So, Jose.
Wait, I'm invited?
To work.
for now. What do I have? What do I have to do except drink beer and hang out? Do I have a role?
Drink beer, hang out.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't have to do a show.
No,
I don't need to prep that day.
We talked with them. They prefer us mingling and creating content over us sitting there in the corner for 2 hours.
For sure.
Yeah, it's better for them and better for us.
Well, yeah, of course. I'll engage the people.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do a podcast.
No, that's not.
Cool.
It's not. One, you want the music on because the music drives the drinks. The drinks drive the food.
Of course.
So the only way a pod works is if it's the thing that's on in the bar, and that's just not the thing.
Right.
So let's go there, create content, evergreen that we can use forever.
Well, I'm just there to hang out and have fun on your birthday.
Yeah,
I'll do whatever
and
you
hang
want.
out with our subscribers.
All right, we'll kick ass.
So yeah. We just gonna hang out and create content. That's what we do.
Well,
we're content creators.
There's the first live spot today. Slackers, the official sports bar in the building.
Congratulations!
Happy birthday! There was a 13th anniversary last night. The Rector location over behind North Star.
There was 1,000 free drinks in there.
It was amazing. It really was cool. It's easy for the host to come on here and kiss the ass of their clients. Right. It really was great.
No, it was.
It was a great scene. Those guys do an awesome job putting on the extravaganzas that they do, and now we have another one coming up on Friday, July the 11th, which is cool. Which is also my father's birthday, which you and him share. Which is
Are we anything alike?
Yeah, y'all are alike. Yeah, convicted men, strong men, willing to evolve.
We're nice until we're not.
Yeah, like any man should be. Like any man should be. Yeah. I can't wait for you to meet my dad one day.
I know.
We got to get that together at some point.
Well, we will when we do this.
When we start going up to the Metro Sex, my pops will come out and hang out for sure.
I know Mike's in November, right?
Me?
Your birth-
Yeah.
When's your birthday, Jose?
September 4th.
You're a Virgo?
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. Yeah,
My wife's September 7th.
that's what we do.
My wife swears that Virgos are beautiful, but you're putting that to the test.
I'm pretty.
You ain't pretty.
You pretty. I bet you if you has ever just stopped. But what about when you like go to a wedding? Do you clean up?
Not really. No,
If you
Jesus.
tried at all, you'd be a handsome kid.
I have 2 weddings to go to and a bachelor party to go to this year. So,
Okay, so what are you wearing?
to the weddings,
Yes.
I'm wearing the same suit I wore to my sister's wedding.
That's okay. You got a suit. I don't care if it's the same one.
yeah.
That
Navy,
that you
navy
don't-
blue.
Blue. You need what did Steve Harvey said? You need a blue, a gray, a tan, a black, and a brown, and you can make up 100 combinations from that.
I don't think I would rock tan. Very
I don't
well.
think I would rock tan too
You
well
could do
either.
tan. If you're fresh from Hawaii, you could do tan.
Well, I'd have to get darker, yeah.
Yeah.
If I go to the tanning bed or go to Hawaii and
It's
go
my
shirtless.
duty to get you in an all white suit at
All
some
right.
point.
Oh, we can string that together.
Look at
Make that happen.
We're Crockett and Tubbs for Halloween.
I know. I'm making these
we
notes
we
right
need
now.
to do Crockett and Tubbs for
We
Halloween.
should. Yeah. No,
Something.
that's cool. I'm down with that.
Or Woody and Wesley.
You know, I have
White
the white,
Man
so I have
Can't
the,
Jump.
I have the white on white with a really like turquoise
See,
or
you do.
hot pink inside. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
It's Don Johnson.
Yeah.
We'll get you in a
Johnson.
badass gray suit.
Yeah.
Like a black tie.
A little oversized.
Yeah.
Because 80s, it was a little oversized.
Can I get you one of those fake Kobe half froze?
Yeah.
Those half froze.
Half one. Yeah, like a Tyler Perry
and that's
movie.
what Tubbs wore back
Yeah.
in the day. All right, in. Yeah, and Buki will be the we'll make him like the strung out crackhead informant that we would go to get information.
I got a rat.
Yeah. Let us dress you up a couple of times this year, Buki.
Sure.
I want to see Buki cleaned up.
I'm clay. I'm ready to be molded.
Yeah, he is. Anything you want over there, Team Jose.
I know.
Nothing.
Nothing's
and I mean,
off.
Nothing.
Nothing's
Except
off
eating
limits.
things. That's my only limit.
My thing is like
except eating.
if you're going to talk about your mom's boobs on over the world
Sure.
to the world, you
Yeah.
can put on a suit.
Talks about his affinity for eating ass, but
Whoa,
won't eat
whoa.
eggs.
And then he didn't say
won't eat eggs.
he didn't even say my sister's a really pretty young lady.
She
really
is.
nice lady. He said my sister's smoking hot.
Yeah, like
She
Donald,
is.
like Donald
Still
Trump
bothered.
talking about his daughter.
Yeah, it bothered me. I'm like, who? Like, I
Well, she's
think
hot. It's not my
I think my
fault.
sisters are beautiful. I would
She's-
never say they're smoking hot.
My sister's also beautiful. Yes, these are all the same thing. These
No,
are
it's
all-
not.
All adjectives.
Smoking hot means weird.
Well, I didn't say smoking. I just
Yes,
said
you
I just said
did.
she was hot. You know, she is.
He
You-
said she's hot.
Okay.
You know?
Even if you think it, even if you subliminally know it, just some stuff you don't have to always verbalize.
well,
You know,
I told Rudy there. I told Mike this, Rudy, just a few seconds ago. I was like, yeah, I had something else that I wanted to tell you guys that was going to shock you guys about how I live my life, and I forgot what it was, and I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days, and I can't remember.
on
now.
yesterday's
Good.
show.
Yeah,
That's
Good.
because
cannot
every
remember.
5 minutes you have
Good.
a banger.
I'm glad you forgot.
You have so many shocking statements you can't possibly remember all of them.
Yeah, it's just, and these are just my normal day-to-day life things, and
Did you?
His scene. You
I
imagine
can't-
following him around with a camera all day,
Yeah.
or put like a hidden camera on him he doesn't know about.
you
Yeah.
guys would see me do
Unfortunate.
like very random things.
And speaking of slackers,
Show him that.
you can't see it.
Yeah.
One of our listeners, my man Wayne, who I lied and said he called AD Aladdin. He never said that, AD.
That was somebody else.
He made us these. He got us these keychains made. I got like 20 of them. We'll give y'all a few. It has
Oh.
"In the Building" on one side, the logo, and then on the back it says Mike Taylor, Rudy J. Weekdays 10 a.m. Love you hard.
Hell yeah.
TV, which is actually a good lead into the first thing on the rundown.
What is the first thing on the rundown?
It's actually
Oh,
good.
Al
It's actually-
hustling.
Yeah, so
Out
Wayne,
hustling.
thank you, man. We've been
Yeah,
needing
thank you,
like
Wayne.
trinkets like this, so thank you, sir.
That's
He came
kick-ass.
out to Slackers just to deliver these. He had a couple drinks and he bailed, so thank you, sir.
That's cool. I've got one at home. I need to put on my key. I didn't get
Yeah.
a chance to put it on yet, but I will today when I get home.
Jose, I got yours in the truck.
Man,
Don't
we
ever
are
forget.
I need it.
As small an operation as we are, we'll take all of the free swag that y'all want to make us for our own show. We'll take it, man.
Yeah. And your boys from
We have
McFinnigan's
no
came
budget.
by. They were
Ruben
looking-
and Tucker?
Tucker came by.
Oh, damn.
They're like, man, y'all are too busy for us. Well,
Whatever.
we're too busy for our kids.
Well, yeah, for sure. I've been too busy for my own girlfriend because my kids are in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been so busy. So I'm sorry I didn't stay that long yesterday.
We'll make up for it on the 11th.
I definitely will. I
It's all
absolutely
good.
will make up for it. And the kids will be back on the 20th, and I won't pay so much attention to them then.
They'll be back in July?
Yeah, they're going to
Oh.
come back for 10 more days. Yeah, strung that together. Of course, you never know.
Tentatively.
Tentatively. Everything with those kids is tentative. So when they get, but they've been here 3 weeks now. So when they get back in a few weeks, I'm over it. I won't pay. I'll neglect them a little bit so we can party.
Mike, you've done a good job with them.
Thanks, man.
They're
Thank
good.
you.
I love them kids. They just sit
Thank
there.
you, man.
They just sit there. They just,
They're great. They
Yeah.
really are. They are. They are really very even tempered,
Yeah.
super chill,
Yeah.
very intelligent.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? I was like, so how's Hawaii? Great to vacation. And I'm just like, who are y'all? I was like, y'all are Mike Taylor's kids.
Yeah. They're opinionated.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to give their opinion.
Yeah,
either.
they're a
And
great
that's what
place.
I
Great
like
place of
about them.
vacation.
Yeah, I'm super
I
stoked.
like San
with them.
Antonio better. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Look, everybody
I don't know if
brags.
I was supposed to say that.
Everybody brags about their kids. You can say that. Everybody brags about their kids. But I mean, you know me, I really do mean it. I mean, not that my kids are perfect, but I really am proud of the little young people they're turning into. I really am. And credit to their mother and me and their environment and everybody they're around. Everyone's got weaknesses and strengths, and for them to be able to handle living that far from me, they've been through some drama for sure. They're products of divorce, and
That's a tough transition.
their
for
mama
any
and I
kid.
don't get along worth shit. Y'all have seen me talk about her on this show a little
It's
bit.
our highest rated show ever.
So there's been some turmoil here and there.
If Mike did a show on our channel just talking about his life, we'd be rich off YouTube.
Well, give it some time. Let my kids
No,
get
we're
a little
not.
older.
I don't ever want you to do that. I don't ever want you to do that. I'm just saying how the world works.
Yeah.
Everybody be getting mad at Stephen A and stuff like, yo, man, nobody wants to talk about, hey, well, when he comes off the screen and roll, if you check backside, nothing's going on. So immediately when they swing the ball, it's a wide. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This ain't that podcast.
That's why people come on First Take and say, does Dylan Harper have a legitimate chance to beat out Cooper Flagg for Rookie of the Year 6 months early? Stephen A, you first. What?
the shit they were doing this. I'm so glad you mentioned this. And
Like,
look,
I'm
and
just saying,
not-
like,
I'm not
it's
an
just like
ESPN
it's just
basher,
what people want to
No,
hear
I hear
isn't
it.
what people
for sure.
say they want to hear.
I'm not an ESPN basher, and I respect Screamin' A. Smith. I mean, he's been hustling for 30 years. He's a stud. He's not really
But
my
still,
cup of tea.
But I don't watch that show.
I don't watch that show much, but I
Football
happened to
season,
see.
I do.
We were somewhere. I don't know where I was, but I was in a sports bar. It wasn't last night. It was a few days ago. I don't remember, buying dinner or something, and they had First Take on behind the bar, and the volume was down. But you look up and you see the headline: Who has more pressure, KD in Houston or Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh? Some made up bullshit that don't matter at all.
It keeps
It
500,000
does
people
not
tuned
matter at all. Who's got more KD
in. Right.
or Aaron Rodgers?
And everybody in the comments is like, the finals are going on. Y'all don't give a shit.
no,
The numbers say
no.
so.
Just throwing out bull. They just create debate on that show that
Yeah.
I hate. We create debate that's legit. Like yesterday, I stirred the shit out of the stick with my college football talk, which we'll get into later today.
Yeah, you did.
But it was legit.
I had people
it's
texting me
organic.
because of
you
your
did.
tweet.
Oh wow.
But obviously they're UT grads, and they're sending me screenshots of your
Mhm.
tweet, like 2 guys, and I was just like, yeah,
Well,
that's what. First of all, is he stirring the stick? Yes, but does he mean it?
well, the
Yes.
truth, yeah, sure, but it's organic. The shit we come up with here is organic.
Right.
Texas State's about to join the Pac-12, and
Find
that's
that
what's in
tweet
my heart.
later.
I don't have producers that make up random
We don't give a-
comparisons.
No.
KD or A-Rod, who's got more pressure? Yankees pinstripes should the Yankees drop the pinstripes? I mean, I was just making up stuff in the summertime, man. It's insane.
What up, Daddy?
All right, here we go. Let's do a show. It is in the building. It's show number 354 live from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios of Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. Thought I'd keep the troll going and wear my Texas State
Wow,
colored maroon
he's
today.
He's really, yeah. Let's piss Buki off Fridays. UTSA fucking suck. No,
No, they don't suck.
No, they don't
I don't
suck.
come on here and pump sunshine. I come on here and
I
tell
will
y'all
say
how I
this.
think things are.
and we'll get into it. But
Mhm.
thank God for Jeff Traylor.
I don't even
'Cause
want to.
this thing's in the dump
I don't
without
even
it.
want to think about. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Because I got some thoughts on Jeff, and I don't think he's mad at me at all. All right, you want to donate to this show? Welcome to all of our Eat 'em Up Cat fans. Had a bunch of Texas State folks all of a sudden following me this morning.
Did you recruit some?
I recruited
Hell
some.
yeah. Well, let's go. Hey, San Marcos, subscribe. Love you hard TV, San
You know
Marcos.
what's funny? I'm actually driving to San Marcos today when I get off the
Are
show.
you?
Of course you are.
Where you going to
Yeah.
the outlets or something?
Oh, I'm going to go lead a pep rally for the Pac-12 induction.
I was about to say he's gonna go to a fucking Texas State, gonna donate his money there.
Yeah, so they're having. I got a bunch of Texas State guys that are going to celebrate
what?
the new Pac-12 membership, and I'm going to go up there and hang out with them.
I'm wearing Texas State gear to the game this year. My money, and
Wow,
a little bit,
Ugh.
not much. My money and my child went to Texas State, so I can do that.
I've spent money on UTSA athletic events.
I have.
That counts?
I've given UTSA a lot of my
I've
money.
spent money on Texas State events. I support any and all things Texas,
Right.
with a few exceptions. I do not get paid to come on this show every day and make up bullshit. Like KD or A-Rod, who's got more pressure? I do not get paid to come on this show every day and pump sunshine. I get paid to come on here and tell y'all how I think things are. That doesn't mean I'm going to be right. It damn sure also doesn't mean that I'm not willing to evolve and change my opinion as time goes by and we have new facts and things. I give you how I think things are. If it happens to blow up and hack off people, that's fine. There's not a fan base in the state of Texas that at some point over the course of my career has not been pissed off at me for something.
Oh God, yeah.
At the same
Me
time,
too.
yeah, same. And there's also not a fan base in the state of Texas that at some point hasn't thought that Taylor's a bad motherfucker because he likes us, he
Right.
supports us. It's just the way it goes.
Right.
That's the nature of this business. All right, donate to us if you'd like to do so via the super chat. You can also buy us coffees. Buki will put the link on there to buy coffees in a minute. You can super chat money to us. I see we already have a couple of entries we'll get to here in a minute. Subscribe to the channel for absolutely free. Love You Hard TV is the name of the channel. Subscribe for free.
Hey, I just talked about how highly I think of your twins.
Pull
but
these pictures up here, Jose. Here,
I
get
think-
them ready. Get them ready to
I
post.
think the Apple Store may be calling you to have them apprehended after what they pulled yesterday
Shout
in
out.
the Apple Store.
So I had
Unsolicited.
okay,
Or did you
so-
tell them to do this?
No, I didn't know. I didn't even think about this. So, well, okay. Let me kind of. Let me tell you how this went. So, I had to go to the Apple Store yesterday up at La Cantera Mall. I had some issues with my phone, blah, blah, blah. So we're walking there, and the lady comes over and puts my name on the wait list and sends me over to one of the tables that you have to
I hate
stand
the
by.
Apple Store. I hate it.
And so I'm standing there, and MJ, the white twin, walks over and goes, "Daddy, you know that."
He
There's
works social media for us.
Oh my God!
He got me some good TikTok reels.
MJ comes
Appreciate
over
it.
and goes, "You know, there's a viral thing on TikTok where people go into Apple stores and they'll go pull up their show pages on every phone.
I
Because
didn't
in
know
the
this.
Apple store, you have like every single phone that's for sale, they have it on display, hundreds. And I'm like, that'd be funny if you went and put up in the building on all the phones. I didn't think he would do it. So I'm sitting here messing with my phone, trying to figure out what the hell's going on because I'm having a technical problem.
Right.
While I'm waiting on the phone geek to come over and help me out. And I look up and MJ's over programming every phone in the Apple store to in the building. There's the photo right there. There's just 4. Imagine there's like
There's another picture
50
in there.
more. Look at
Look
there,
at
there's a whole row. All them in the buildings, and they just leave it. They just leave it, and we walk out, and then people walk in. So we're putting it in the minds of the people.
Yeah.
How about that? That's called guerrilla marketing.
Shout
baby.
out
Hustling.
to the twins. much appreciated.
I mean, I'm like, be careful. And at one point I go, hey, go hit play on all those. Like, bring the show up.
So you're like, that ain't enough. Go hit play.
But I'm like, well, hang on. We get a little vulgar. We work a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit
true.
blue. I mean, they literally have SAPD in there as
Yeah.
a guard.
With a gun.
Yeah, it's not some slappy security guard.
No.
It's SAPD in there. I'm
They
like,
would want to shoot you if they started hearing my talk about my mother and all
Yeah.
that story.
well, yeah, I might get handcuffed, and we don't need that in front of my kids. But shout out to the twins for going and putting in the building up on every single phone at the Apple store yesterday. What a great bit. God, I love those people.
Yeah. When he sent us the pictures, I was
Love
like,
it.
what the hell?
Love it, man.
What the helly?
Love it. What is the helly? been fun. So they go back to Hawaii on Monday, which is why we're unavailable Monday because
Programming note.
I got to go to Houston.
I got to go drop mine off in Dallas.
Yeah, so we both have road trips this week. Rudy's getting rid of his, and I'm getting rid of mine.
Yeah, my mom and my sister have been saying, bring them in the summer. Let them. All right,
Yeah,
you know what?
You got it.
I'm gonna take them.
And
And I'm gonna have their oldest sister, my 29-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
She's going up there on the
nice.
fourth weekend.
Okay.
She's bringing them back, so I'll have to take.
Whoa! So y'all got to drop them off, but you don't have to go get them.
No.
Oh, lovely.
And I told my sister, I was like, my kids eat. My kids, like, you sure you want to do this? She's like, don't ever
That's
question
the
me.
grandbabies, of course. they do.
Yeah, I know.
Salina, is that where they're going?
Yeah,
Okay, very good. Home of the Salina Bobcats. Shout out.
we gonna get freaky.
Yeah, mine fly out. So unfortunately, Hawaiian Airlines, Hawaiian used to fly direct to Austin, and I don't want the kids. They're still just 13.
They don't
I don't
have
want
too
them.
many connects.
I don't want them connecting at all. So we try to fly them. We don't try. We make sure they fly direct. And Austin used to fly direct from Hawaii and back, but
No
they
more?
don't now. Lack of demand, I guess. The closest place that I can fly them direct from Honolulu is Houston. So Sunday night, and I'm gonna drive to Houston with the twins. We're just gonna post up in a little hotel by the airport because their flight's at 9:30 on Monday morning. So I'll be driving back from Houston all afternoon on Monday. So.
I'm gonna leave Sunday morning.
And Rudy's got to go to the Metro 6.
I'm gonna leave Sunday morning and come back Monday
Very
afternoon,
good.
late night.
Adrian Robles is in the building. Hell yeah. Leaving my kiddos with my parents in Vegas in a couple of weeks. Everybody needs a break. That's exactly right. Rudy, you want to continue to love your kids, which is why you have to get rid of them on occasion.
Yeah.
You don't want to start hating them.
Yeah, you don't date. If you don't date your wife, you're headed for Orlando Cal.
Dude, bingo. Bingo.
And I need to chase that woman around naked for a while. They've been home fucking up Mr. Freaky Time.
Dude.
That was a
I
prominent
get
topic.
it. I understand. Yeah.
I'm trying to run around the house naked and role play.
Man, how you do it?
I'm gonna be the burglar.
Just take your pants off and walk
Yeah,
around.
I'm gonna be the burglar. You be cooking some chorizo, and then I just come rape you
With your chorizo.
with my chorizo.
Wow, that's how y'all roll, huh? I like it. Well, you know how I roll. After Nina told everybody, I just get
Yeah,
a hard on and go,
we
"Hey,
already
look,
know.
hey, look, baby.
We already know how you roll.
Well, hey, look, rabbits out of the hat."
I've never been to NASA up there. Have you ever been to NASA?
I've not been to
Me
NASA.
neither,
the
dude.
kids have been to NASA.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, with their grandma. I've never been
I've
to
never been
NASA.
to NASA.
I've driven past it much times. They got the big space shuttle out in the yard, out in the front lawn.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I'd love to do it, but no, I've never actually taken a tour of NASA. I would love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
And with that said,
Mhm.
honey, I'm ready.
Yeah. Hey,
Look.
looky
He
here.
said, look.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. We're on the back patio.
All right.
That's what she said. We're on the back patio.
You mentioned avoiding Orlando, which I think is a good segue into let's get violent up
Yeah.
in here on In the Building on Love You Hard TV.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch
Who
on
you-
In the Building.
My bad, Pat. Who you punching?
I'm punching UTSA fans in their feelings. Like, dude.
It's okay. You know,
It's
go
cool. First
ahead.
of all, we don't come on here talking Trinity. We don't come on here talking St. Mary's. We
Not
don't
yet.
come on here talking Our Lady of the Lake. We don't come on here talking Incarnate Word. There are other colleges in San Antonio. Like, we're not UTSA alum. My wife is, but Mike and I are not. And if we have an opinion that doesn't go with your narrative or your thought process, you don't have to talk crazy to us. You just had an opinion, and you can't get. We spend 340 days propping them up. In 25 days, we might be like, hey man, attendance sucked, food sucked, lines were long, TV's too small, team's not good, damn I miss Frank Harris. And y'all get your panties in a bunch. Like, it's like, come on, man. The one time we tell you no, y'all get y'all's panties in a wad, but it turns into 50,000 views on Twitter, so who gives
60
a shit?
now.
60. So punch fans that can't take a little bit of ribbon here and there, man. That's what sports is. If we all agreed all the time, sports would be so boring. Get out of your feelings, UTSA fans. We love UTSA. We love Jeff Traylor. But
We love parts of you. I love parts of UTSA.
Yeah, we love parts of it. Get out y'all's feelings, man.
It ain't even like I'm some Texas State super fan either. I'm just telling you how things are. You don't have to listen to Uncle Mike, although I recommend you do. All right. I'm going to punch Austin Zone and the former Longhorns great Justin Tucker.
Why? He got punished. Why are you punching?
Because he clearly did something.
You think so?
They
This
continue to
this is-
vehemently deny. This is all made up. None of this
is just conduct detrimental. He hadn't been convicted of anything.
Yeah, so the NFL investigates all of these accusations. 16 different masseuses across 9 different massage places across the entire Baltimore, Maryland area.
So he just riding around looking for new spots.
Yeah.
Keeps getting kicked out of his new old spots.
So
Justin Tucker, you got to go to the ones where you can't see inside.
go to the ones where they let you
when
do
you go
sex.
to like if you go to the ones in Alamo Heights, it's a real massage, Justin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The ones in the hood with no curtains and shit.
Yeah.
Those, they go in there, Justin. You can't go to Bookie's Med Spa and think you're gonna get one rubbed out. Well,
Right. You gotta go to the places where you pay up front at the door.
Yeah. And they only accept cash.
Right. That's what I've read anyway. I don't know how those things operate. I've read that in the paper.
Well, I had a buddy who went to a lot of them. He knew all the San
The
Antonio
cat
places.
houses.
He knew
Yeah.
all of them. That's the only reason why I know.
Well, look, man. Clearly, Justin Tucker had a fetish for going to massage parlors and way crossing the line. Whether of course, all the girls said that he would rub it out and leave semen on the table, and would as they would come by and rub him out, he'd brush them with his dick under the towel. Dude, he and Deshaun Watson, explain that fetish to me. That's just even Buki thinks that's weird.
But see, a fetish is you enjoy it in your downtime. When you're actually forcing these fetishes on people, then you're just sick. I think there's levels of. I think there's levels above fetish.
Sure,
you know what I mean. Watson and Justin are past fetish.
Yeah, you're an abuser.
Yes,
You're forcing this upon unwilling participants here.
Yeah. You can't expect, and then you're a kicker. At least Deshaun was a quarterback.
He was really good, though.
Hey, Aaron, so how you doing? What do you do? Play quarterback for the Texans. Boom.
Yeah.
Whip it out. Oh, I'm a kicker. What the fuck's a kicker?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you're gonna rub it against people, you got to be a quarterback.
Here's my tee.
Yeah. If you're gonna rub it unsolicited,
right,
against someone's elbow, you got to be a quarterback,
dude. Clearly he did something. But the thing with him is that he just continues, this is all ridiculous. This is made up. I never even thought about doing something like this. Get the fuck out of here, dude. One or two women, I give you the benefit of the doubt. 16 people over 8 different places. These women didn't all know each other. They didn't go on some dark underweb website, how to conspiracy against kickers of the Ravens. They didn't do that. You're a pervert. You did something wrong. Maybe you haven't done it in a long time. He's probably just trying to save his marriage. His career, however.
Look, there's nothing the NFL, Roger Goodell, the Baltimore Ravens can do to him than what he's going through at the crib.
Probably, yeah.
The crib is.
Well, she may believe his ass.
And then you get to a good point. Okay, it's kind of calm in here. Then bam. Yeah. Back on ESPN, and then she's back mad. So
I know.
Home life
all kicked up again.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, man. So he's going to miss the first 10 weeks of the season.
Did he get signed yet?
No, the Ravens cut him.
Yeah, I know.
Who the hell's going to sign him?
Suspended from who? The Canadian League? He don't have a job.
Right. Well, whenever the league told him he's allowed to sign with anybody he wants anytime.
Why would I
suspended the first 10 weeks?
I wouldn't sign him till week. Oh, well, you can't because then he missed those 10 games.
He had a bad season. I don't know.
He had a bad season because he knew the charges were coming.
Well, maybe. He's also 35. He missed more kicks than ever last year. He's probably the greatest kicker of all time. But he missed a bunch of kicks. He wasn't very good. He's old. Now he's going to miss 10 weeks on this season. And then you have to weigh the PR hit you're going to take if you sign his ass. We may have seen the last of Justin Tucker. Yeah.
Well, I like massages too. And he told me that what they're saying didn't happen. So we decided to give him a shot and bring him into camp.
Well, I mean, shit, who ain't gone into a massage parlor and had one rub? Yeah, Robert Kraft may bring him to the Patriots. You know, these kind of people. Oh,
Robert-
but see, he paid for pussy. That's different.
Robert Kraft kept the jet rolling. Like, keep it running.
I have no problem with what Kraft
Keep it
did.
running. Ling Ling gets me done quick.
Yeah. Jerry and Robert Kraft have never forced their stuff on anybody.
Right.
This is forcing people to
Right.
be a part of your weirdness. That's weird.
Mhm.
Way weird. And raw and criminal, honestly. This son of a bitch, maybe it's been a long time. I don't know. I don't know that he can still go to jail for any of this
I don't know
stuff.
if any of it's criminal.
It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. So punch his ass. All right. Well, if Mrs. Tucker decides that she just can't take it anymore, and where there's smoke, there's fire. And they probably still have a residence here in the great state of Texas,
Oh,
which
God,
means
yeah.
that Orlando Kill can do their case.
Hey,
Mrs. Tucker, call Kill. He's the man. He's the man. He'll come up. He'll come up to Westlake. He's got jurisdiction. Orlando does. He has clients all
he was
over the
what,
state
San
of
Angelo
Texas.
not too long ago?
He went to San Angelo, I think. He was in Waxahachie last
there
year
you
for
go,
a little
San
while.
Angelo.
Yeah. Orlando Kill, baby. That's who you should call, Mrs. Tucker. If you need a family lawyer, our guys are Orlando Kill, 210-775-4995. Don't punch your spouse. Take him to court with Orlando Kill. The email, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, you want to partner with this program? Please feel free to do so. If you're a company, Rudy and I, we are business developers.
Mm.
We bring you business. We bring you notoriety. We bring you recognition. We put your name out there in the market, and you'd be shocked how cheap we are. So get a hold of us. You reach out to our current clients. Ask them. We want you to call them and get a testimony from them people. Call them. Reach out to us if you want to do business on In the Building, a rising superstar podcast in South and Central Texas. What's the most embarrassed you've ever been? Recent memory. I can't even imagine Bouquet being embarrassed by anything. While you think about that, did y'all happen to see what happened to Dallas's own Leanne Rimes, the country singer?
I didn't
This
until
poor
you
girl.
told me. Then I went and looked it up.
Leanne Rimes.
You don't know who Leanne Rimes is?
I have no idea.
She's a little older. She's
Jesus.
our age. She's Gen X. She was huge in the 90s, early 2000s.
I know Shonda Rhimes.
No, not that's Rimes. Just shut up. Leanne Rimes. I'm sorry, I'd be so harsh, but I can't deal with it. It ain't like she's Ariana Grande, in his defense, but still, she's a very noted Texas-born, metrosexual-raised country singer. She's a little white trashy, no question.
Damn.
Well, she is.
You can say that.
She is. She's white crackle.
We can't say that?
No.
Okay.
You can say white trash.
I
can't
never
you?
use. I never.
Really?
I never say WT.
She's white trash. But she's sweet. She's sweet white trash. She don't mean no harm. And I got lots of respect for her. This poor girl's singing a concert the other night and her teeth fell out on stage.
So why doesn't she have the ones that are permanent?
I
Why
don't
does
know.
She
has
has
a
enough
bridge.
money to not have
Wait.
dentures.
She wears
What
a
fell
bridge.
out?
Her bridge, all of her front teeth, that's all fake. It's a big bridge, and they're all connected to the same little wire, and they all popped out mid-song.
Well, that's awkward.
And she had to reach down, grab them, put them back in, and keep singing. And then she finished the whole concert, and they were like, she had to keep putting them in because they came loose. And those things are like glued onto your jawline or whatever, or your gum line, rather. And so the whole concert, she's like, she keeps messing with it. And so finally she decides, fuck it, I'm just going to talk about it. She can't hide it.
Did she own it?
She owned the shit out of it. Love it. So Leanne, in a video posted to her Instagram page, she said, "This is the most epic example of how the show must go on. I was on stage. I was singing the song One Way Ticket. I feel something pop in my mouth. And if you've been around, if you've been around, you know I've had a lot of dental surgeries, and I have a bridge in the front, and it fell out in the middle of my song. I ran to the side of the stage and put it back in, like popped it back in, and then just went on singing with a laugh," she says. "And then I just had to get real with everybody and tell them exactly what was happening, or else I would have had to walk off the stage. For the rest of the show, I was literally like this, pushing my teeth in, like every couple of lines, and kept singing."
Yeah.
Then she laughed again, and she during the song "Can't Fight the Moonlight," the fucking thing kept falling out. She says it was the most epic experience ever. I don't usually have firsts in my career. That was a first, and hopefully a last. And she's like, she just laughing, and she goes, "There wasn't a fucking thing I could do about it. I just ran with it in case, everybody has an issue on stage, ever feels embarrassed by it. Just watch my video. It'll remind you that the show can go on even in the midst of sheer utter embarrassment. Poor girl. It's unfortunate.
Well,
but good on her. She owned the shit out of it. Hey, I'm a tooth fell out. I'm going to keep singing.
Hey, the chat went away, but before it went away,
hey, where my snap? Put that sumbitch back in there.
Adrian Robles brought up a good point. If you're married to her, baby, take them teeth out.
Okay.
I'm glad that I wasn't the only one that was thinking about it.
Okay.
Baby, take them teeth out.
That's unfortunate.
That's awesome.
Or find your girl who knows how to do that without taking teeth out.
No shit.
Find an experienced lady who don't need to take her teeth out.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about feeling the nubs.
What, just
gums? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know about that either. But
I
would think it was cool.
I would be down for an older woman that's on her last few weeks to put me on her whale. Like Betty White was my white whale for a long time.
Betty White.
I would have given Betty White 4 years of the best life of her.
What is wrong
whatever
with
she
you?
needs.
There you go.
Whatever
Who
she
fantasizes
needs.
about Betty White?
I could see Dolly Parton, even though she's
right.
old too. But
she's my
Betty White.
Yeah, her and Melinda Gates are my next two now.
Melinda Gates? Are you serious?
Who's Melinda Gates?
Bill Gates' ex-wife.
I'll give Melinda.
She's pushing 70.
I'll give Melinda whatever she needs.
Give me some.
Have you seen her? She's.
I don't need to see her. I'll give her whatever she needs.
Wow.
Dolly Parton can barely walk. I can give her whatever she needs to.
Dolly's old now.
And her husband just died. I know that.
Yeah, I know. But that didn't matter. They were swingers. They didn't care.
Well, that's why I'm saying her husband's died.
Hold
Fill in
on.
there now.
Time out. 20-second timeout.
Oh, sorry.
You can't throw that out there.
Go Google Dolly Parton open marriage. Have fun with that and get back to me on Tuesday.
See, I have a chance.
She's very bisexual, and he never had any issues with it. And she never had any issues with him hooking up with people. And they wild ass country music
Rich
legends,
people.
rich ass celebrities. Dolly Parton. If you're married to Dolly Parton, you gonna make her stay with your old bones only? That's Dolly Parton. She ought to be able to do what she wants.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'll give her the best couple years of her life. Just let me inherit.
Why
didn't
the
realize-
best couple? Because she's near death.
I didn't realize
Yes.
how many songs Dolly Parton had written for other artists. She wrote
A
like 3 or
bunch.
4 of Whitney Houston's biggest songs.
Yeah, her and Whitney were like sisters.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she was tight with Whitney big time. Yeah, and she got richer, and Whitney made her richer.
Yeah.
And she made Whitney rich. They were great.
Right.
They were great friends. Last time I got super embarrassed. It's been a minute because I don't get embarrassed very easily.
Yeah, it takes a lot to embarrass Mike Taylor.
I talked about this there on Saturday at Line and Rose. Man, y'all ever texted the wrong person talking
Ooh,
shit about
yeah.
somebody? You text that
talking
person.
shit about them and send it to them. Yeah.
You done that?
Yeah.
I once got in trouble at ESPN Radio because I wasn't talking shit about my boss. I was talking shit about a colleague, texting another colleague, but I texted my boss thinking that was my colleague I was talking shit about the other colleague to. Like I was talking shit about this girl that
And
we
at
were
that
working
time,
with.
you couldn't delete what you sent. You can delete it now.
Oh, this was old flip phone days.
Yeah.
This is early
It's in there.
2000s.
It's gone.
in there. I was sitting in I was in the sports center booth doing my little sports center shift, and I'm just texting my buddy Randy back and forth about this woman that we're working with, how we hated her. And I text Dave Shore, hi Dave, my assistant program director, by accident. Ooh, he chewed my ass out. And what can I do? I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I just think, I wouldn't talk crap about Dave. I like Dave. Just didn't like that woman I was talking shit about. But I sent it to my boss. Oh, he chewed my ass out. I wasn't fun. God, that was a long time ago though. Surely I've been embarrassed since then.
Mine all involve alcohol. So. At some point, you got to realize it's no good for you, Rudy.
Okay, well, waking up strange places.
Last year's slacker party, I made it till 7.
Didn't they carry you out?
They
AM?
put me in at night.
Okay.
They put me in the car while all the people that came to see me partied.
Yeah.
And then I woke up to all these pictures of people taking pictures next to me in the car, and I'm passed out. My beard dye had leaked onto my yellow shirt. It
Wow.
was bad.
Your beard dye? That's hilarious. When you get thrown out of a seedy strip club because you're acting too wild, that's when you need to evaluate. That happened to me.
I know it did.
Yeah, I got thrown out of the men's club over here off 410 and off 410. Yeah, I got so drunk. I'm like, damn, I'm not feeling great. So I go to the restroom,
Mm-hmm.
And then all those strip clubs always have like a guy in there who's selling gum and cologne and mouthwash.
I hate that guy.
And I walk in, he's like, "You all right? You don't look good, Mike." I'm like, "Man, you give me a minute." I go into the stall. I'm like, "Oh, my fuck." I'm like, and I'm like, "Oh my God, no, you're not going to puke in a strip club toilet." I'm talking to myself. I'm like, "Oh my God." So I get on my knees in a strip club.
Ooh.
I had pants on, but still.
Did you throw those away?
Probably.
Okay, good.
So here I am, and as I'm puking my guts out into the toilet, I'm thinking, look at what you're doing. You are throwing up in a strip club bathroom. What is the matter with you? So I feel pretty good for a second. I walk back out into the main showroom, and I had said a whole bunch of very embarrassing things while I was that hammered. I think at one point I stood up and I go, "She has a fucking Adam's apple." I said that at one point. About one of the exotic dancers. And then the next thing I know, I am passed out cold. Like, you imagine we're in a strip club. There's girls and there's shit everywhere. And it was like a ticket party. A bunch of Thunderdomers.
Yeah.
Jim Bob. Everybody's there. Blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, I just feel, and Dingus. It's John Dingus. He's
Dingus.
like, Mike. I passed out on the showroom couch in the middle of all that chaos. And the owner comes over, "You need to get his ass out of here now." So
One of the Greeks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna get shot." And I had to get carried out through the kitchen.
Through the kitchen.
He didn't want me going out the front door, He didn't want to get in trouble. I was way drunk. And he just like, "I don't need Mike Taylor getting arrested in my bar. Get the fuck out of here. Get him out of here." And so they like take me to the back through the kitchen. And I was drunk, but I wasn't feeling sick anymore. I threw up already.
Yeah.
But honestly, you go through the kitchen.
There's food. And
It's so hot in there.
And then
It's
the food
crazy
smell.
hot,
Yeah.
and I smell steak and shrimp. I'm like, uh-oh. And they get out to the parking lot. I'm like, all over. Remember my buddy Hef? You ever met Hef?
Hell yeah, I remember Hef.
He lives in Florida now with his lovely wife. Shout out to Hef. By the way, this is a long time ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I puke all over his shoes, in his shoes, all over his socks.
Was that the last time you were hammered?
Like that, yeah. And then
Did you ruin that relationship? Did they quit the ticket?
Well, yeah.
The men's club quit
Well,
the
the radio station quit the ticket. What happened was they put me in. So Gonzo, the engineer,
Shout out to Gonzo.
he drove me home in the ticket FJ.
Oh,
And Dingus followed us behind in my car. I
Okay.
couldn't drive.
yeah.
And Gonzo swears to this day. Shout out to Gonzo, the engineer. I think he's in Houston now. Gonzo says I was speaking fluent Spanish in the ticket FJ that night. I was telling Gonzo what an amazing engineer he was, and
In Spanish.
and how happy I was to be in San Antonio.
Well, let's
and
get Mike drunk.
how
I want
happy I
I
was.
want Espanol. Mike.
Apparently, and Nina
I
don't
want
believe
to tell
it.
me these things
Nina
too.
won't believe this story. They gave me a black trash bag so I can vomit in the trash bag on the way
Not
home.
in the company vehicle.
Correct. So I'm puking in the trash bag. And in between pukes, and I'm speaking Spanish to Gonzo, telling him how great everything is while I'm vomiting. They get me home, put my ass on my couch, and they left me. And then a week later, Peter Bolger announced no more remotes at the men's club. That's the most embarrassed I've been
AC Buki.
in my San Antonio radio career. Highly unfortunate.
It used to be,
Very
man, that was
unfortunate.
good money. We had Sugars and the men's club. And then all of a sudden the ticket was like, nah, no more strip clubs.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
And I, by the way, I was the last time you've been to a strip club?
Vegas, March of 24.
Well, I've forgotten the last time. For me.
Yeah, it was March of
I don't remember,
24.
probably
Me and
Hawaii,
my wife
5
and
years
I
ago, 5-6 years ago, Hawaii.
when I was doing it, oh God, I probably shouldn't say that, but when I was filming the Air Force show last year, that night,
Oh, they don't care. Them Air
that
Force
night, me
guys
and
go
my
to
wife
clubs.
Went to a strip club in Vegas.
I'm not anti-club at all. I don't go to them like I used to. Back in those days, I was getting paid to go once a month.
Well, the San Antonio strip club scene is pretty shitty.
Well, yeah, and then they got the pasties rule.
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
whack.
point at that point? Ain't no point.
Yeah, I heard a lot of Houston guys complain about that.
I'm
My
Uh-huh.
embarrassing moment, by the
Yeah.
way, is going to come in the Houston, or not Houston,
Mhm.
UTSA Texas State game. That game,
He's
if
like
we all go,
preparing us
Oh,
for it.
this coming year?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
my-
preparing us for your most embarrassing
Yeah.
moment.
my
When the Roadrunners get their ass slapped around again for the second straight time?
no, my
Oh,
pussy's
okay.
my pussy's going to be polluted.
Oh
that
my
day.
God.
My
Dude,
pussy is
oh,
going to be
what is
polluted.
that even? I don't even know what that
I don't know what
means.
that means.
I'm
I don't
gonna
even
be-
know what that means.
I'm going to be polluted.
Are you a hermaphrodite? What is the? I need some context as to why you say the things you do. I just don't know.
About my pussy being polluted?
You don't have to say
Don't
it
say
again.
the P word.
I don't even know what it means.
Right.
You know, in Scarface when he says your womb is so polluted. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah. I'm going to be polluted.
God Almighty. I'm sorry, Jay Ribaldo, but now it's time to slide into your live spot. Thank you to Jay Ribaldo.
Slide?
Keep
Astroglide?
It's time to transition into the Jay Ribaldo live spot. How about that? That better? All right. School taxes are going down in the state of Texas. It's been passed significantly too, by the way. And maybe as you look around the school districts, we can't move in that district. The school taxes are too high. We got to live in this district. They're going down across the state, universally in the great state of Texas. And another reason for you to not be afraid to get into the housing market in this state. If you don't currently own a house and you want to, and you're not sure you can qualify, call Jay. If there's a 1% chance that you can get qualified, Jay will figure out what that 1% is. He's our guy, the official real estate man of In the Building, Ribaldo Realty Group, 210-887-1081. Go look at all of the different listings Jay has on his website, Ribaldo.com. Ribaldo.com.
Yeah, that's the bit. 21 for Life has a great tailgate scene. I've been over there.
It's awesome.
We're going to get Buki fucked up and make him eat a bacon and egg. He won't know.
I can slip it to him like a roofie.
Yeah.
The most drunk I've been is I had 2 beatboxes at one of the tailgates. Oh my
Such
god!
a pizza.
Oh.
Well, Beatbox is just drink a big ass pitcher of Kool-Aid. Shout out to Beatbox. We got them at Texas Cheer Liquor.
They're great.
You got sick on beatboxes?
Oh, I just got destroyed.
They are high.
They're
High
sugar.
content. They're like 12%.
Yeah, I didn't end up.
Oh,
I
God.
didn't throw up. I didn't even go to the game. I just got hammered at the tailgate and stumbled my way back to Southtown 101. I usually park here. And I
I
just
passed
walk
out at a UTSA game. Had a bunch of pictures from that too. I was in tailgate, got a little out of hand, and during the game,
Mm-hmm.
there was only 3 people there, so no one saw.
Wow. But yeah, this is your pre-warning that the UTSA Texas State game. You guys will see
I'm
another
going to
side
Texas
of me.
State gear.
I can't wait for the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait.
We'll make a wager for the game too,
See.
Oh, okay.
because you guys are obviously both going to be Texas State. I'll root for UTSA because I'm paying student loans there still, and it'll be great.
Okay, cool. Oh, I got to make a call to my twins real quick.
Go ahead.
This is funny. Hang on. It's not an emergency, but it's pressing. Hang on one second. Let me make a call.
Oh, please.
That'll be
Okay.
funny. You want to
Well,
hear a
wow.
live phone call?
This is going to be great.
While we're doing that,
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what Nico Harrison recommendations that we have.
Oh, yeah. Is that next on the run sheet? Yeah, hold that.
Or KD and his beefs with Emmanuel Acho or whoever it is. Which, that is the perfect person.
well,
to
while
get.
we're doing that, shout
I'm trying
out
to call my
go
twins,
ahead.
see if they answer.
Shout out to Russ of GC Construction. Shout out to
Shout
Dale.
out to Russ.
Russ and Dale, they came out to Slackers yesterday.
Oh.
So definitely shout out to them, and shout out to all the other In the Building / Thunderdome that came out.
Nice.
Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, he
And
looks
they'll be
badass.
working on, speaking of, let's do that now while Mike makes his phone call. GC
It
Services,
didn't work. My
Roofing
kids
and
didn't answer.
Construction. We'll be out at Mr. Singh,
This is
motherfather.
fun. This is funny.
Yeah, he'll be out at Mr. Singh's house next week, starting on his brand new roof. Oh, and by the way, late punch. Let me move the mic back. Fuck Allstate.
Whoa. Oh, they turned.
Yeah, they came
Yeah.
out. Dude, I've seen 80's roof. 80's roof looks like it was hit by grenades. It is leaking into his house. Allstate got up on this man's roof twice with holes in the roof, patches, shingles falling off, and twice looked him straight in his face and told him he did not need a new roof.
That's bull
Russ
crap.
was on that roof for all of 3 minutes, and he was like, yeah, man, you need a new roof. And Russ and Dale are partners. If he didn't need a new roof, Russ would have easily been like, hey, Dale, I think this is a job for you.
Yep.
And pass it off to Dale and
Yep.
had Dale put the love sauce on it.
Yep.
But which we still hope AD will put a little bit of love sauce on it. This way you don't have to go through this shit again, considering Allstate is the worst freaking insurance company in the world. So fuck Allstate with all my heart. I mean that from the bottom of my feet to the top of my bald head. But if you're in need of a new roof, or maybe you don't need a new roof and you don't want to go through this shit, Call Lone Star Nano or call GC Services
Boom.
Roofing and Construction.
Thank you for covering me, sir. Had to make a
Gotcha.
quick call.
Gotcha. Got the
Hey,
live
them
spot in
them
too.
twins did not get up.
Oh yeah, they still.
not on Texas time.
I don't blame them, man.
I
It's
can't-
summer, man.
They can't get them to wake up, man. I slept late too in junior high.
Yeah. Oh,
in the
God,
summer,
we all did.
10, 11 o'clock every day. Stay up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning every night. I haven't been policing their sleep at
Yeah.
all. I'm letting them have
Bookie,
fun.
scroll
All
up
right.
while we're doing this too. We got some money in here. We
Okay,
gotta
yeah,
get to
go
it.
up. Yeah, I do
We
want
got
to
a
get
lot
to my
of
Nico
money.
thing. As soon as we get back to UTSA, it's going to take the whole damn show
Yeah.
over. All right, Menudo Culo Biter is in the building. $4.99. On my way to go get my truck at Slackers. Had to leave it there.
Hell
Had to
yeah.
leave
Hey,
it there
smart
last
man.
night.
I can appreciate a smart man. Trust me.
Had to leave it there last night.
I should have left my car a couple times.
Good thinking. All right.
You look at the big screen because we had to refresh. We don't have all the way back.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
That's
All right.
Ruben Villegas, $20 from Ruben. Perfect attendance bonus. Y'all proved me wrong and did every show this week and then some.
Well, we're off twice next
Yeah.
week.
Sorry, no tacos. Cafe Don Juan closed till July 7th, celebrating 25-year anniversary. Los
Nice.
Cabos. Hey, Ruben, I
Orale.
need a picture in the Speedo, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
Menudo Culo, we
Yep.
got him too.
Yep.
Who else
And
was
hey,
that?
Ruben, don't get your head chopped off. Be
Yeah.
careful.
Robert Nieto, 1999. Happy Friday, gentlemen. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Robert.
Can't wait for the Corpus show. That's my stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah. Corpus Christi, baby.
Yeah, that's
In the building.
And who was
Sports
Was
Edition,
Gronkowski,
August
$2?
30th.
Yeah,
Corpus
Rose
Christi,
Seablake.
Texas. Chris 6 TV.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And $2, are you a hermaphrodite? Best question ever.
The things he says, I question his anatomy,
Yeah.
which is fine. You know, it's okay if you are a herm. If I found out you were, it would give me better context. I just don't know. All right.
Scroll
Couple
back
of,
up to the
couple,
bottom.
couple of hoops things, and we'll
On
get
our
into this
side.
UTSA
All
stuff.
right, let's do it.
All right. So, what do the Mavericks currently need?
Kyrie to get healthy, AD to stay healthy, Cooper to be better than they thought.
Okay.
They did just extend Gafford. They still have Lively.
Yeah.
Um,
They're solid.
they're solid other than
Kyrie's not
other
here
than
enough.
Kyrie and AD,
So they don't have Kyrie right now, technically.
and they probably won't. He's
So-
34, 5.
Tell me why Nico doesn't call Chris Paul.
Chris Paul's always wanted to be a Maverick.
Has he?
Has he?
Well, remember, they were trying to get Mark Cuban broke up the 2011 team because he thought he was getting Dwight Howard and Chris Paul.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris Paul was down.
All
but
right.
it just
That's
never
right.
it just never came to fruition. But
Chris Paul
I think that's a great stopgap.
ran into a numbers game here, and so Chris won't be back here. You and I both think, Chris did everything they asked him to do here. He did bring leadership to the room. He brought some toughness.
12 more wins,
But-
played all the games.
Yeah, he played a ton of games. He was everything they wanted.
That's a great
But it's
pickup.
just he's running into a numbers game
That's a
here.
great
Dallas could use him. They're still trying to stay very good.
Yeah, if we can get AD to stay healthy, Chris Paul coming in is a great stopgap until Kyrie gets healthy.
I saw where they may have an interest in D'Angelo Russell in free agency.
Oh, screw that dude.
I'm
Go get
tired of
CP3.
his ass.
Yeah, he's a bum.
I would rather have CP3.
Only that piece of shit rolled tape on Nick Young while Nick Young was talking about cheating on his girl and then posted it.
Yeah, Russell's not a good dude.
Oh, fuck Russell. He's
Way
worse
over
than
him.
Allstate.
That's
Way
throwback
over
right
him.
there.
So I'm just saying, not that Spurs fans fell in love with Chris Paul. He was only here for 9 months, but
Yeah.
Dallas seems like the obvious next stop for him.
Call Nico. Get Nico on the phone, Buki. That's a great pickup.
Yeah, Chris Paul,
I
the
think that-
Mavs. That's what he should do. And then KD.
What happened now?
I did not.
You hate KD.
I don't hate him. He won't let me love him.
Are you Drake? I wasn't keeping my baby from the world. I was keeping the world from my baby. Like, what? He won't let me
He
love
won't
him.
let me love him
Okay.
because he does. Because he's gotten into a petty Twitter fight already.
I love it.
You love it.
I do. It entertains me, but I missed this one. What happened? Who was he arguing with? Random X1Z32?
Actually,
Joseph.
a classmate, former Longhorns linebacker Emmanuel Acho.
Okay.
Acho criticized him. and said that his legacy does not match his popularity.
Okay.
And took a shot. So Emmanuel Acho, who's he work for? ESPN?
No, he's Fox.
Which one was tapping the co-host?
Joy. It was him.
It was Emmanuel. Okay. Emmanuel Acho, former Longhorn great, Dallas's own, has this formula he's come up with called the legacy formula.
Oh my God. This is a very, 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 both of the Acho brothers are very smart.
They went to the most prominent private school in Dallas.
Yeah, they're super smart dudes.
St. Mark's. But this is simple.
Okay.
You're a math man. Okay. So what Acho says, this is his own, he came up with this on his own. So you take how many rings someone has won.
Okay.
Right? Then you take how many teams they have played for.
So KD, OKC,
And so you take the teams,
Brooklyn,
you divide
Knicks.
rings divided by teams, and that's your legacy score.
Okay.
So his point is, the more rings you win with one or two teams,
They're worth more.
the higher your legacy. So that's his legacy score.
So KD has 4 teams, 2 rings, but Houston will make 5.
So Acho was saying, so Steph Curry has 4 rings, one team. So therefore, 4 divided by 1 is 4. Steph's legacy score is 4. Tim Duncan won 5 rings with one team.
Legacy score 5.
So according to Emmanuel Acho, Tim Duncan has a greater legacy than even Steph Curry.
Kobe has a 5.
Bron has 4 rings, but 3 teams. So his legacy is a 1.3.
I like
Okay.
this one, actually.
All right.
I like this.
KD has won 2 rings, but he's played for 5
So
teams
it's a
now.
negative.
He's a 0.4 legacy. And Acho tweeted that out. And, of course, KD cannot help himself and replied to it.
What'd he say?
So we got Longhorn on Longhorn crying. KD wrote, according to the great Kevin Durant's legacy formula that was created in the best labs at MIT,
He's such a smart ass.
Emmanuel is the worst linebacker of all time. You sure you want to listen to this guy about greatness? He ain't won nothing. It's great, but again,
It's great.
KD,
It's great. It's a
great
great clapback.
point?
Well, he's coming back at a pro, at least.
At least it's a
At least
pro.
it's a pro, because he will
Yeah,
clap
at
back.
least.
He'll clap back at Buki.
He'll clap back at like Dave 3975.
This guy had
With
a
10
burner.
followers.
He had burner accounts
I
to
know.
defend himself. But this is the thing. This is what I hate about athletes. Like, y'all do know, like, Emmanuel Acho being a terrible linebacker doesn't mean he's wrong.
I know. I mean,
I don't know what that
know.
has to do with anything.
That's typical athlete. Well, how many baskets? How many shots have you made in the NBA?
Wasn't-
Okay.
Pop never made a basket in the NBA, KD.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Still,
So
KD's so thin-skinned, man. There's a reason why he's played for 5 effing teams.
Yeah.
He's never happy. And I don't understand. You're Kevin Durant. You are beloved.
So then Bill Russell.
Who gives a shit what Emmanuel Acho thinks, much
Right.
less Tom Dick Dave 4975 with his 11 followers on Instagram? Who gives a shit?
I know.
It is a mark of weakness when you are that thin-skinned.
Yeah.
It is a mark of strength. How many times has Tim Duncan ever clapped back on social media?
I don't think he has.
0. He doesn't even have this shit.
I don't think
And
he
if he
has.
did, he wouldn't clap back anyway.
So
It's
Russell has an 11.
Unfortunate. Bill Russell has an 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike
Nope.
has a 6.
Yeah.
So then what's Ori's? Ori got 2 with Houston, 2 with the Lakers, 2 with the Spurs.
Ori won 6. Yeah.
No, Ori won 7.
Damn.
Wait, 2 with the Rockets. I think no, he three-peated with the Lakers, so that's 5.
Damn.
And then 2 with the Spurs.
Damn.
But it was
How many teams did Rob play for?
3 ring teams.
But it's teams total.
Oh, it seemed. Oh, well then shit.
How
I
many
don't know.
teams did Robert
A
Horry
lot.
play for? So he won 7 championships.
7 titles.
Okay. How many teams did Robert Horry play
He
for?
played for the Rockets. He played for the Lakers. Played for the Phoenix Suns. Played
Us.
for the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, 4.
Cup of coffee? So 4 teams.
So 7 divided by 4 is
Not
1 point.
1
something.
point something.
Damn.
So Acho would say that, yeah, while he won 7 rings, it's a bit jaded because, played in a lot of teams. Although I don't even think Ori would be eligible for this because Acho's talking about all-time
the
great
greats.
players.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So Steve Kerr, even though he has 6,
They don't count.
don't count.
No,
Gotcha.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, Paul Pierce and LeBron James comparable.
Dirk
average
has
score.
1 ring and he has a higher rating than KD.
Yep.
Because he was with one team,
According to the legacy.
according to his legacy.
According to the MIT
Right,
studies.
right. He basically cheapening KD's entire career.
Yeah.
What a troll move.
It is a total troll, but
It's a total troll.
Nacho's a total asshole.
He's
He's
an
an
asshole.
arrogant asshole.
Yeah.
KD's
Yes, he
just a
is.
thin-skinned guy, and I don't get it because
Ach-
KD's a cool guy,
Yeah, but
except for this one thing.
Acho's totally the guy that'll be like, well, to be clear, this is how they do it.
Yeah.
He's clearly that guy. If you have a 200-pound Rottweiler, Acho has a 215-pound Rottweiler.
And tells you all about it.
And yeah.
You see Goodwill Hunting?
Yes.
Matt Damon,
Yeah.
the bar scene with the
Beat
long-haired
up a bunch of
guy,
rich kids. Yeah.
and Matt Damon goes in there. His character, the guy that's like trying to act all badass,
Yeah.
misquoting. He's like quoting random paragraphs from history books, and Matt Damon bust his ass. Acho's the guy that's doing the
him.
bullshit. Acho's the show off. Acho's a douchebag.
Well, actually, he's
Acho's
the
a
well
douchebag.
actually. He's like the well actually guy.
Right. Well, yeah. Acho's a d-bag.
He's a douche.
Douche. KD's not a douche. Like KD seems like a really cool guy.
You could kick it with KD.
Yeah, he's got an old school vibe about him. He's got a very like 70s thing about him, except for this one thing where
But
he
he
just
has a
cannot not look at his
He has the
notifications.
skin of a
Who
goldfish.
gives a shit?
Right.
F. Emmanuel Acho, you are Kevin effing Durant. F. Emmanuel Acho. God almighty. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about executive armoring for a minute. Hell,
What up, Leroy?
KD's a rocket now. You know, KD's thin-skinned and paranoid.
Yep.
Maybe he should consider getting his car armored with our boys at Executive
Maybe
Armoring.
He definitely needs it.
Get a little bulletproof glass. I mean, KD, you're living back in Texas again. Everybody's got a gun. You got thin skin. That's a bad combination. So perhaps you consider armoring your car, whether you're KD or a politician or a SWAT unit, and y'all need to get y'all's unit redone. Police officers, they go to executive armoring, and individuals too, whether it's bulletproof glass or armoring the entire vehicle. Our guy Leroy and the staff over at Executive Armoring are there for the people when it comes to safeguarding you inside your vehicle.
You think they could armor Abbott's wheelchair?
Yes, Rudy, they could probably armor Abbott's wheelchair. Give him a bulletproof helmet.
That's so fucked
Give him a
up.
face mask.
That's weird. That is
Bulletproof glass.
That's the only paralyzed person that we're allowed to make fun of. It's unfortunate, man. It's not cool.
Uh,
that was my
right.
last Abbott joke.
A lot of people did fake Stephen Hawking voice. Remember his little voice? I am here to tell you about mathematics. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all.
Didn't Christopher Reeves end up?
Yeah, poor
Fell off
Christopher
a
Reeve.
horse, right?
Yeah, well, he could still speak though.
Oh,
Yeah, Stephen Hawking had Lou Gehrig's disease. He
That
lost
shit
the ability
sucks.
to speak, so it was.
what is it? How
I
do
am
you
here
get
to give
that?
a lecture. That's it.
How do you get Lou Gehrig's? That's an awful.
Honestly, don't
disease.
know, man. It's a terrible disease.
That's an awful disease. Good
Very
Lord.
awful disease. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of Steve Gleason's The Old Saint.
The Saint, yeah.
His
that-
documentary
he
is
fought.
amazing.
He-
Read his book.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, that guy's a badass. Lou Gehrig's disease is terrible. Anybody who made fun of Stephen Hawking is a bad human being. But I mean, even you know what? But Stephen Hawking, he found humor in it. Like he
Did he?
went on The Simpsons twice.
No way.
No bullshit.
I didn't know that.
They had him on The Simpsons in character form, and he had the talking like this with a little machine.
I can't look at you when you do that voice. You
Why
see,
not,
have you
Rudy?
noticed I look away
Why
from
not?
you?
I want to get in your panties.
I'm not laughing.
I still can have sex. My penis still works if you touch it really hard.
Do you get hard?
No, I don't know. Nothing
But
works.
that's the worst because you
Nothing.
get horny.
You can barely even cry. Like your tear ducts don't even work. It's terrible.
But
But
your
your-
mind tells you you're horny, but nothing goes.
Correct. Your mind
Oh,
tells you
God.
everything. Your mind is 100%, but nothing else is.
Fuck.
You are a brain floating in a dead body. It's terrible. You know, shit. I mean, if I could pick my ailment, if I could pick my ailment, that'd be the last one. That all being said, call Executive Armoring if you are in the market to armor your car, even if you're Greg Abbott.
That's the last Greg Abbott joke. I'm gonna end up. I got to pay for the karma.
All right. Yesterday on this show, Rudy decided to stir up trouble between UTSA and Texas State. No, so Texas State probably, maybe Monday or Tuesday, it'll become official. Texas State is going to go to the Pac-12. And
okay.
Because
they got to do it before July 1st to save money.
Twice the money. Yeah.
Twice
it goes
the money,
from goes from 5 to 10 million.
Yeah, they'll be out.
So they'll be So and I made the case yesterday that you could argue.
Oh, let me find that text. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You can argue that as soon as Texas State joins the Pac-12, that they have now surpassed UTSA athletics in prominence. Not just football either, all of it. Certainly, but football obviously being the revenue sport. Right. I said you could make the case.
We're talking football.
And I made a case yesterday. And I thought it was a very fair, fact-based opinion. It was a fact-based opinion by me yesterday that you could make a strong case that Texas State has passed UTSA in prominence.
Right.
Not just because they're in the Pac-12, because of G.J. Kinney, because of the money they put into the program, because of the success G.J.'s had in a short amount of time, because they beat the shit out of UTSA on the field last year, because their NIL money's starting to increase. That little athletic program up there in San Marcos is doing some really good things. Add the Pac-12 factor, you could make the case they passed UTSA. It may be just by a smidge. I'm not saying they've trucked them. Ain't like they're joining the SEC.
No.
But you could make the case. That's what we said. That's it. And then I tweeted something similar, and oh my God. You'd have thought I called for UTSA to shut down their football program.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, that's why I punched him. Like, y'all a little bit in y'all's feelings.
But that's okay. College fans, college fans are way more passionate. Way more passionate. It's all right. They're all going to defend their own. If you need to just stir up trouble, just sharp stick somebody. I mean, shit. Texas, the Longhorns that were mad at me for 10 years. Now they love me again.
That was good entertainment for me. When UT fan would come after you, I'd just sit there and read your mentions.
The Aggies have hated me for years, but now they've gone hot and cold. It happens. So I tweeted after the show yesterday. Yeah. I tweeted, and it's a tweet. You only get so many characters. All I wrote was, the second that Texas State announces that they're heading to the – I wrote, the second that Texas State announces that they're heading to the Pac-12, it's going to be hard to argue that they haven't passed UTSA in prominence. I just said it's going to be hard to argue that they haven't passed UTSA in prominence. It wasn't like, UTSA's terrible. Texas State's lapping them. I didn't write that. You'd have thought I wrote that, though.
What were some of the harshest responses?
I mean, I don't even have time to go through them all. I got a few here.
You're not KD.
No. I can say right now it's up to 63,000 views.
So I think it's gone across Trailer's feed.
That's okay. That's all right. You know what? And if it
helps him.
It helps his cause. That's correct. UTSA, you don't want Texas State passing you? Get Jeff some more fucking help. He has bitched for 3 years in public, by the way.
Out loud.
And Pat Hallmark just bitched in public the other day. The baseball coach.
When he was signing for his $350,000, Pat was like, "We still need more money."
Didn't the girls' basketball coach also bring up lack of funds and resources? Hey, that's shit. I'm trying to help these people. I'm just going to go through a few. Andrew Zimmel, Taylor, now the official mayor of sports in San Marcos, the Texas State guy. See, for everybody that's pissed at me in San Antonio, San Marcos is happy. Tim Morrow. There were folks.
The zoo guy hit
prominent CEOs.
What did Tim say?
I had April Ansira. She was jumping in there. She jumped in, replied. Local media.
Miss Ansira jumped in?
Yeah, and then they start arguing with each other on my timeline. It was fun. It was a fun ride yesterday.
Tim and April jumped in.
Tim Morrow, CEO of the San Antonio Zoo. Nah, UTSA turned the pack down already. This is sloppy seconds for Texas State.
Now, see, that was the text I got, Mike. I got the text that said, man, UTSA, Tulane, Memphis, and Texas turned down the Pac-12. Tell Taylor to sit down somewhere.
All right, tell your buddy.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think that there was ever an official formal invite to UTSA. There was rumors, and so what UTSA did was that they got with 3 other schools and they jumped ahead of it and released this joint statement how much they love the AAC. That's what they. So I don't know if there was ever technically an invite. And oh, by the way, the jury's still out as to whether or not UTSA should have said yes. Just because UTSA turned them down don't mean it was the right fucking thing to do. Just throwing that out.
Talk your shit, Mike.
Just throwing that shit out.
Talk your shit.
I got a guy in Boise, Idaho in here.
Damn.
Who knew there was so much because Boise State's in the Pac-12 now.
Gotcha.
Boise State, who would probably win the fucking AAC this year.
For sure, especially when they had Genty.
Boise wrote, who knew there was so much animosity about the Pac-12? These comments from people down there are outrageous. He told me that. I got folks in Boise, Idaho reaching out to me. W. Scott Bailey over at the San Antonio Business Journal.
Oh, shit.
This Pac-12 is a bunch of state schools from the Mountain West. No UCLA, USC, Oregon, Stanford, etc. Let's see how long Texas State fans like them 9:30 kickoffs on CBS Sports Network. Scott, we talking about Texas State. Them fucking kids don't even start their night till 11.
Dude, they don't
That's Party
yeah,
Central.
That's the party school of Texas. What are you talking about?
April and Sierra. Well, since Texas State's roughly 126 years old and football began in 1904, I sure hope they have enough high-dollar alumni to put together facilities in NIL.
She didn't like that,
that's
Mike.
Fine. And that's fair.
And she does her part. She does more than her part.
Correct. April's busted her ass trying to help UTSA.
Yeah, she holds that school
If
down.
we had 20 more April and Sears, this wouldn't even be an argument. So I feel for
if
April.
we had 20 more, Tim Moore. Tim helps out a
yeah.
big time, too.
That's correct. R.J. Marquez at KSAT, reporter who went to Texas State, replied
What'd
to
he
April, the reaction from UTSA supporters shows there's some truth to this. The PAC at least puts Texas State level with UTSA and North Texas in conference status. It's now a G5 arms race for recruits, facilities, and NIL. Texas State has nice football, basketball, and baseball on-campus venues and motivated donors.
Dude.
They do. Don't get mad at me for telling you the sun's hot, motherfuckers. Texas State's program is on the come-up. UTSA, y'all are lucky Jeff Traylor's even fucking there.
Without Jeff
God
Traylor,
knows what y'all be without him. God knows what y'all be without Jeff Traylor. My man, Jeff Traylor, who deserves better. Who literally, how many coaches in the country have to bitch that they don't have enough money? That's embarrassing. It sucks that he has to do that. I don't know why he does, but he does it and they get away with it. You could also make the case, and I don't want Jeff to get mad at me, but it is what it is. I cannot come on here and not tell you how things are, at least in my opinion. I almost wonder if UTSA is in a catch-22 with Jeff.
What do you mean?
Because they have to pay the shit out of him to keep him.
Right.
But because they have to pay him so much, they don't have enough left over to help the program. But it shouldn't be up to how much your coach makes to how much your fucking support goes to your program. UTSA has a shit NIL. They have no collective worth a damn, and that sucks. That stinks. It's unfortunate. And don't be getting pissed at me for pointing out the obvious.
Amen.
You can make a strong case that as soon as Texas State joins the Pac-12, and it's not even really about comparing the two conferences, although I think the Pac-12 is, especially in brand recognition, you want to go see East Carolina or Gonzaga play basketball.
Come on
now.
Yeah.
Do you want to go watch Memphis play football or Washington State or Oregon State? They put 4 or 5 kids in the NFL every year. I mean, the brand recognition. And by the way, just the Pac-12, what it is now, that might not be what it is in 2 years. God knows this fucking college football landscape changes by the month. The Pac-12 is trying to get back to relevance. They're not done. This isn't the last you're going to see of that's it. We're good for 50 years. We got Texas State. This shit's going to continue to evolve. I just worry about the UTSA football bubble busting. Their second half, and this in their own conference, they're not even in the top half in facilities. They're not in the top half in budget. They're not in the top half in money.
They might be at the bottom.
Thank God they got Jeff Traylor, who's a recruiting sumbitch, and as a coaching sumbitch. And we're so lucky to have the guy.
And we're thank God Frank Harris played for 7 years.
Can you imagine where UTSA? I don't even want to think about where UTSA football would be without Jeff. Don't want to think about it.
Or Frank.
RJ. Clearly, UTSA fans were triggered by Mike's comment. I have no delusions of Texas State being the new football power, but I give credit to their admins for putting them in a position to improve, much like UTSA's admins have done. Again, competition helps both schools. And here, again, just because UTSA said no or what, just because whether they said no or got out ahead of it and released the pack, UTSA may look back on turning down the Pac-12 in the future, and they may regret it. They may rue the day they said no.
No, what may be the biggest regret is Jeff turning down the Red Raiders.
JD's in here. Mike Taylor smoking them doobies while Xing yesterday. That's just a bunch of
you know what? And
Victor. Go ahead.
I've given us credit again, I know it's always been a rivalry, but we're putting a little hot sauce on it.
Well, I mean, Texas,
you put a little hot sauce on it, and that's going to be a fun. I've never looked forward to a local college game in such a long time. I can't wait.
Texas State's putting hot sauce on it by going to the Pac-12, by doing what they have to do at this point to get themselves in prominence. What was his final score last year on the field? What was that score, Bookie? Bookie, remind me what the final score was last year on the field, straight up.
I left at the third quarter.
I think it was 47-10. That's what I think it might have been, something like that. Victor's in here. Taylor, you obviously don't understand the current state of college athletics. The Pac-12 standing in said state.
It was 49-10.
49-10. Sorry. Oh, I don't understand the current state of college athletics. Playa, then Texas State don't either. Because their ass decided, yeah, fuck yeah, we're going to Pac-12, baby. Hell yeah. The current state of college athletics, Victor, it changes by the week, son.
Yeah.
It change. No one understands the current state of the fucking college athletic world. It changes on the monthly and every other week. I can't wait for the game. I'm happy for Texas State. And by the way, April also tweeted yesterday, I have to be careful because people from Texas State buy cars too. She did the old Michael Jordan shoe bit. It was great.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody hating on nobody. I got UTSA football jersey in my fucking closet.
But
I am not going to come on here. Y'all know me. How long I've been doing shit in this town. How much have I ripped the Dallas Cowboys? How much have I got? I am sick of the San Antonio Spurs and their bullshit losing every year. It's time to win some games. I get more passionate and mad at my own children. I do not parent my neighbor's kids. I parent my kids. The people that I love the most, that's who I parent. And I see the neighbor's kid up here going to the Pac-12. I see the neighbor's kid up here whoop my kid's ass 49-10 on the field last season. And I see my neighbor's kid coming into my house to the Alamo Dome in a couple of months, and my ass better be ready to play. I hope Jeff's found the right quarterback because they didn't have it last year. My gosh.
I can't wait to run into Mr. Singh, who is UTSA alum. I wonder what he thinks.
He's next up on the run sheet.
I wonder what he's gonna think because he's gonna be like, you tell Taylor check the last 20 years. No,
that's fine, but it ain't about college football's changed so much.
Right,
it ain't about the last 20 years. Well, look at the conference record pack. It's about tomorrow.
June special. Yeah,
it's about tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's the other one my buddy sent. He sent me that graphic with the most wins in Texas in the last 10 years, and UTSA was actually third behind UT and SMU, and Texas State only has 26 wins in the last decade. So, but again,
what?
That's like the Cowboys saying we got 5 rings. Like,
no shit.
I failed history class. You know, I'm not Mike Taylor and Kenny Drizzmiller. You sound like a Cowboy fan, Drizzmala. So what about the last 20 games? Who gives a shit?
10 years ago in college football is 100 years ago.
Right.
5 years ago is 50.
Yeah.
SMU went to the fucking playoffs last year.
Without Google,
Boise State
Google, who won 2015 national title? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exactly. If it ain't
probably Bama. Maybe Bama. I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably Bama.
We talking college football, y'all. Last year no longer matters. Hell, they're tweaking the playoffs already. We're already expanding the playoffs. Texas State is leaving the Sun Belt Conference to go to the Pac-12 where they have a chance to go to the playoffs if they win that conference maybe. It's a no-brainer. And if the Pac-12 was so shitty That means that Texas State, according to y'all, you haters, Texas State has a better chance to go to the playoffs than UTSA does because UTSA can't even get out of their own way in the conference they were in. They're not competitive in their own conference yet in football. Baseball's past football as for right now.
Yeah.
And I trust that Jeff will get shit turned around. But so I mean, the thing is, this the brand stuff too. You look at the teams in the AAC. There's a reason why we only get 20,000 people at home games. Ain't nobody want to see East Carolina.
Nobody wants to watch.
Nobody wants to watch fucking Tulane play football. But Washington State is a long-time, old-school Pac-12 prominent school that got shit on. I get it, and their conference blew up to hell. But they're still Washington State. Cam Ward played there. Cam Ward didn't play at fucking Tulane. Just saying. It's complicated. The bottom line to all this, Rudy, is it's complicated.
Sure.
There's nothing that's definitive. All I said was it's becoming harder to make the case that Texas State hasn't passed UTSA. And UTSA has an opportunity to do something about that.
X lost their shit, and I love it.
Well,
I smell a good troll bit. I love the troll. So I'm down. I mean, I'm the same guy that said Chet 1, Wemby 0. So I'm all for a good troll bit.
Well, we go sit in the Bobcat section at the game.
Fucking right.
I'm not anti-Roadrunners. I'm anti-bullshit.
Right.
And Texas State is to be commended. They're kicking ass over there, man. They're doing a great job. They have all the good feelings that we had in San Antonio about UTSA 3 years ago, but that bubble's kind of busted. You know, Frank Harris has been gone, and it's exposed some holes. All I know is the coach constantly complains about lack of funds. The baseball coach had to bitch during the Super Regional that he didn't even have a field worth of shit. Had UTSA hosted a Super Regional, they ain't even got a stadium that was worthy.
No, they would
They'd
have to play
at
Missions.
Wolf.
They had to play at the Missions.
It's just we're just spitting facts here. And UTSA's still
Project
a young.
Marvel.
They're a young program. I get that, which only makes my argument more prominent. It is what it is. I ain't trying to hate on nobody. I'm not going to a pep rally at Texas State. I am going to San Marcos though, because we got a little buddy in Austin going to come spend the night with us, friends with my little daughter. Her lifelong buddy, little play date from Austin. So I'm going to meet her daddy in San Marcos, which is why I got to get going. All right, we're off Monday. Rudy and I are having a travel day. I got to go to Houston. Rudy's going to the Metro 6.
You gonna take any wine? Any 14 hands? Any negative 96 up the road with you?
Nah.
Any Svedka?
Well, maybe. Well, if I do, I know where to go to get it. Texas Cheer Liquor. There's our June specials this month.
So it's already the 27th. You got until Monday.
I know. Got until Monday. Take advantage of this cheap stuff. Let's come on. Come on.
That 14 hands is $4.99.
Svedka vodka.
I like that blue raspberry, especially poolside chilling, watching the kids dunk themselves.
Does it really taste like blue raspberry?
I don't know what blue raspberry is, but it tastes tasty.
Okay.
I don't know what a blue raspberry is. The raspberries I eat are red, but that's blue raspberry, and I like it.
I was deceived by Pink Whitney. I thought it was going to taste like pink lemonade, and it decidedly did not. And I've been very dubious of all alcohol.
I've seen my wife wasted off Pink Whitney. Her and some other ladies we went to Destin, Florida with. They had finished a half gallon of Pink Whitney, which is also available at Texas Cheer Liquor. That shit gets you drunk. It's vodka.
Yeah,
gets you drunk.
It's not pink lemonade and vodka. It's just vodka. It's just vodka that's pink. Who would have thought?
It's just pink vodka with food color.
Yeah, I didn't know, but it's still good. Shout out to Pink Whitney and Texas Cheer Liquor.
Yeah, Ethel Wolf, I know you watch us every day, and I appreciate that. Do not say my guy to me.
What did he say?
Nobody wants to watch Washington State either.
My guy.
Bullshit. I bet you the Washington State Texas State game sold out. I bet you it's fucking sold out. Ethel Wolf, I bet you $100 that when Washington State plays at Texas State, that stadium is sold out. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And I'll guarantee you that UTSA has 0 sellouts this season. Come on. Now, we got to wait till 2026 because Texas State don't play the Pac-12 schedule till 26. Washington State, Oregon State, Boise State. When they play at Texas State, sold out. I'll bet my left nut in $100. UTSA don't ever sell out because they play in a fucking stadium that's too big to sell out because they're playing Tulane.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. And please don't my guy me. I hate that. My guy. I ain't your guy. We don't agree, so fuck off. See y'all Tuesday.